Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at a blast from the past. It is Looperator by Sugar Bytes. That's Oj. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS. Excuse me, I needed to cough. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing okay. All right. Now I just need to check one thing before we get on. I forgot to do something. Give us a second, guys. I need some wait music. It'll be okay. We get we get some wait music. Normally I'm much more prepared than this, but there's a reason I'm doing this. Because we need to do something. There we go. Oops. I can see here. I'll say hello while I'm doing this. Get a audible video. What is happening? We've got Ed B Metal in the house. And click this and then we're done, I think. All good. Perfect. Ed B Metal, Mateusz Prokowski, cover by CQ. Ed Zielinski. We've got all the characters here in the house. What's going on? So as I said, this is an old app we are covering today, an oldie but a goodie. You know, the thing is, I can't always cover all apps. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I miss them, and it's kind of a bit of a pleasure sometimes when you look back and go, shit, this thing came out, what, 10 years ago maybe, all up, and somehow I missed it. And luckily enough, it was like, I think I'm going to have to look at this, and it's absolutely worth your time. If you've missed it as well, then you're probably not going to want to miss it after seeing today's show. Let me just bring this back up over here, get my comments back up. We're all good. And, all right, a quick thing I need to cover. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, but the day after, yes, indeed, we have Justine Kasprick coming on the show for an interview. I got a photo of her, finally. So that's cool. So we got her coming on the show this Thursday, UK, US time. Don't miss it. It's going to be the interview of the year, in my opinion. Just me and Justine just sitting down, shooting the shit for 2 hours. And I'm sure you're going to find out a whole heap more about her then. So we got a whole lot of app demos coming up this week. Tomorrow on the show, we are finally taking a look at Grooverider 2. So that's very exciting. We're going to be doing a live session. Now, I need to give you some news. Just keep you up on the news unless you didn't know. Tomorrow, there will be no You Rock with Thomas Christ. Unfortunately, if you caught Frank's show yesterday, you would have seen that Thomas couldn't make it onto the show. He had to pull out last minute as it goes. Him and Amelia's mum, has passed away. So Thomas will be taking a little bit of a break away. We all send Thomas our much love and much respect and all that kind of stuff, all the good feelings in the world. So go and leave a comment on Thomas's last video or something and let him know you're thinking of him and all that stuff. And his wonderful partner, Amelia. So if you're not seeing him around here, give him some time, give him some space, all that jazz, because that's what has gone down. All right. So we've got that covered. So tomorrow we're doing this 2 hour, possibly 2 hours, Grooverider extraordinaire. And normally I would go into Thomas Christ, but he won't be doing your music live tomorrow. Okie doke. Semtex Cow, hello to you. We are going to bounce into this today. So we're taking a look at Looperator. This is by Sugar Bytes. Sugar Bytes makes some damn impressive apps. They are just really good at making apps. Hello, Joe. Glenn, I hope you're doing well. So Sugar Bytes make Looperator amongst many other really fantastic apps. Let's bring it up. It is a free download and with an in-app purchase. The in-app purchase, if it loads for me, it was working like 10 minutes ago. Nice one, iOS. Something. I can't remember how much it is because it's not showing me. Nice one. Come on, man. You know, when only like 5 minutes ago, you just loaded that page and it just loaded and then you go live and everything goes tits up. That's the way, that's how I feel. It is an in-app purchase though. But let me tell you, it is when you download it for free, from what I know, I think I'm right with this. Error. Great. So it looks like App Sliced has gone down. It's not working. I can't find out the price. And if I give you a price, it's going to be wrong. Or we can check here. Yeah, because it's going to be in Australian. And I only have the Australian price. $39.99 Australian. So what's that? 20 bucks? $19.99? I'm gathering something like that. Maybe somebody who's in the US can just open up their iTunes account for me because I can't, because this is not loading. I don't know why App Raven goes down like this sometimes. It's very odd, but I do believe it's around $19.99. But in saying that, if you download it for free, from what I know, you can actually use it as a standalone version, right? So you can actually use it fully as a standalone version, but what you can't do is you can't load it as an AUv3, which is where most people are going to use it, yeah? Here we go. Here's the price. Looperator full version, $24.99. So I'm wrong. Thank you, Ed Zielinski. I had it up on the side screen here. $24.99. So if you do download it for free, you can use it as a standalone and work out, you know, do I like this? And then you have to pay the $24.99 and you'll be able to use it as an AUv3. Hello, Leela. Thanks for joining us. What's going on? All right, shall we get into it for today? Because there's a lot of stuff in here worth. Oh, look, we got an error. Man, App Raven's just completely shit itself and it's not working anymore. Nice. All right, we've got a demo over here. And I've got three things going on. We've got a King of FM, a Nerd Synth, and a Hammerhead. We got Riffer over here. And we got Fugue Machine. And I'm going to hit play and let's see what it does. And then we'll break it all down and check out why this thing is so dope. Let's boom. Okay, let's take out Looperator from all of these. And hear how boring it is without. And then we'll add them back slowly to our drums. So get an idea. It can get pretty crazy. It is a glitcher. It is so many things. You may even want to download this just to have some of the effects in it and not really use it for any of the glitching stuff. The reverbs are really cool. The delays are cool. It's Sugar Bytes. They make really, really great stuff, yeah? Hello, Chad Freeman. And we got Kitsch Breeder in the house. Del, g'day to you. So I'm going to clear out this project here. And we're going to put on some drums and then run through the interface so you can see what's going on. We're just going to use Hammerhead. Simple drums because we don't want to do anything too crazy. Yes, there is a manual, and the manual is really good too. Plus, before we move on here, I need to let you know too, hey, don't fret, because if you're watching this going, but I only use a desktop, well, guess what? It is available on the desktop as well. So you can get this for your Mac and Windows computers. It's a little bit more costly. In fact, add an extra $100 to it, $129 for the actual PC Mac version. That's a lot of bananas. And people wonder why we use iOS when you can get the same thing for $24.99. I know where I'm staying. Stay in my lane, baby. Yeah. All right, let's get back over here. So I'm just going to open a hammerhead, drums, and we'll start it off with some drums because it can be used on anything, yeah? I'm just going to come in here. We'll pick a really simple, try and pick a really simple preset like Bristol. Bristol's pretty, yeah, simple. Nice and simple. Yeah, it has. I think the cheapest it's gone down, I would show you, but App Raven's gone down. I think the cheapest it's been down is like either $10 or $12. So yeah, pretty goddamn cheap when it's on sale as well. So here's the deal. When you do for a search of it here in your, as an AUv3, once you've paid for the unlock and you type Looperator, you'll find there's two versions. And normally when you see two versions, one of them will be an AUv3 and the other one inter-app audio. That is not the case here. If you look closely, we've got a Looperator MIDI and a Looperator AU. Now, you might want to choose the Looperator. You can choose either one of them. They'll both do the same thing, but the MIDI one will give you extra MIDI controls if you want to use presets, if you want to start stacking presets to a MIDI controller, if you're playing live. So that's where that one comes in really handy. Nice stuff. So I'm going to load in the MIDI one. For now, it is the exact same thing, yeah? It's just, it gives you more options. See up here, if I load another one of these in, let's double tap and do our Looperator and load this one. When I load up this one, you'll see it only has two options here, and that is all of the options in here and a preset folder. But when you load up the MIDI version, you've got all of the places to send stuff. You can add the keyboard in here. So, but they are exactly the same, either one, but the MIDI one gives you more controls for MIDI. You can also load this up as a standalone. While we wait, we'll just load up the standalone version. Here is the standalone version. And with the standalone version, you get a whole bunch of loops here. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 10 loops that you can load in, and you can hit play. So this is what you get for the free version, right? You can't use it as an AUv3. I'm not sure if you can import, but here you can import your own stuff using file import or straight from audio share. So you can mess about with this if you want. And it does have a record button. So if I come over here, let's choose this straight beat. And there is a record here. So if I choose a preset, choose this Bag of Trouble, hit play. I can hit record. It's recording because it fills in, and stop, and then I can save this. And you can find your saved files in here, and then you can export them to audio share like so. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you can use this for free. As a standalone to test it out, mess about with it. You just can't use it as an AUv3, my friends. And that is the way it goes. Let's get rid of this one here. We don't need this. And let's open this up full screen and let's run through the controls of how this thing works. So starting from the left to right, we've got our host. Once this is turned on, it is connected to your DAW, right? It's not connected at the moment, so the host is off. And if I hit play, I can start it playing at any time, right? But if I turn on the host, it's going to be in time with whatever BPM you choose. I'm just going to hit a knit, and we've just got our beat here we can change the divisions. So we can slow it down to half time, half, quarter, and an eighth. Let's stop this for now. So we've got our preset bay. Let's talk about this because it can be a bit confusing when you first open it. When you first open it, you've got, these are your presets here where it says default. These are your folders. So you've got ambient, complex, destruction, filter, harmonic, looping, rearrange, reverse, scratching, stutter, and your user if you save anything in here. And there's heaps of presets in each of these. You really are getting a fuck ton of stuff for your buck, yeah? But you'll notice to the side here, we've got this remote list. And if I uncheck this, everything just goes down and shortens into this little very compact version here. But when I add the remote list, this is what I mean by using the MIDI version, because this allows you to connect a keyboard like so. Let's put an input in and use, I'll turn on my keyboard down here, my Arturia. So this is connected. And this now allows you to create a live list of presets that you can drag in here and then on the fly use your keyboard to change them at your will. And you've got a key offset up here, so I can set this to like C1 and you'll notice all the keys change. And then I can just take whatever I want. We can take this Andromeda one, drag it into number 2, drag this in here to number 3. We can go this harmonic over here and you can start building your own preset patches. We'll grab this demo bass one. And once you've got them in here, you can move them around too. So let me scroll back. You can drag and move them around to wherever you want. So this one becomes empty and you can actually rearrange them if you want. We've got this scratching one. Let's add this and put that in that empty slot. And now when I go over here to my keyboard and bring this out, you can see C1, you can see these changing. Let me go over here. You can see them actually changing when I use my keyboard. Let me show you this. We'll close this out and now you'll see I'm going to hit the keys. So really interesting if you are doing live performances and you've saved all of your presets. Nice to be able to control with your MIDI keyboard. So you just got to be aware that when you are doing that kind of thing, you need to choose the MIDI version of it to be able to do this. So those are your presets. If you don't like this look, you can get rid of this. If you want to save these as well too, you can actually save these program lists to, you know, live show, and that will save your remote lists. Yeah. And you can save your own presets as well by clicking up here with the little save button. And again, if you if you're not interested in using the live lists, then you don't have to use them either. You can get rid of them. There's a little checkbox. Let me show you this. There's a little checkbox here, and that'll just keep your presets rolling and happy. Awesome. We're all good. Making sure everything's right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So undo and redo buttons up the top here. So you can redo, undo if you make a change, put something in here like this, put something in here like that. You want to undo, you can undo, or you can redo. Yeah. So completely up to you. Let's talk about the init. I love this part. This is one of my favorite parts. You want to get rid of everything, clean it. You've got a whole bunch of options here. You can come in and do all of it and just clean the whole lot. So you've got a fresh start. Let's load up a preset and show you the next thing you can do. You can init a slice. So anything that's in the slice line up here, if I add a couple of slices in here, I can init the slice line. I can init the loop line. I can init the filter line. You can individually clean out lines that you want to go, you know, so you can go in and do that. Or again, you can just do all of them and clean out the whole lot. So really, really good stuff for an init patch. Normally you have to dive into the preset patches to find the init, but it has its own section, and that's very, very cool. Let's get into the randomization. Now, if you just hit the dice, it's going to do a global randomization, right? So hit the dice, everything's going to be global. You get what you get. It's everything. If you hit the drop-down box, you have a combination, so a whole bunch of different things here. First, we have our smart one. Now, if I hit the smart one, you'll notice the dice has changed up here. So now everything that is going on is the smart. And this creates a balanced effect. So it attempts to create a balanced amount of effects that are not too overpowering, a nice mix of stuff that is going to make sense. It takes a look at what is being played through here and tries to make sense of that. We also have space. So you see the dice has changed over here, and space will only add in delay and reverb effects, which is a really nice way to start off. Okay, so the next one is called single, and when you hit the single, it limits each track to a single effect. So it will be the same effect on every track. So you can see here, we've got this 3 AI. All these are exactly the same. All these are exactly the same. So you'll get whatever's on that line will be the exact same effect. The next one in here is called Randolph. Let's select that and hit the button. Randolph fills the sequencer with random effects steps with each cycle. So as you have a look now, every thing that's been put into the lines has a little dice, and the dice represents completely random. So the more you flick it, everything is just random. You don't know what you're going to get each time one of these is triggered. All right, the next one in here is Thailand. So when you click this, you'll get a whole bunch of effects. They'll be randomized, but they will all have these chain links to them. And these you can add to each portion section you put in here to stretch out an effect. So if we hit the dice again, everything that's added normally will have a chain link on it to stretch out whatever effect. Let's find another one. Let's try this. G'day, Gary. And our last one in here, so as you can see, lots of randomization stuff going on. Track random. You'll just get random stuff. Now, this is decided, so the track random uses the settings established with the random track controls. So where can you find those? Down here in the settings, we've got random track controls, right? So you can actually come in here and set each of the tracks to their own track controls. How many steps, what kind of randomization, select 50 motion, tied users, chaos. You can come in here and fuck around to your heart's content. It really is very extensive what you can do. Now, the last thing that's in this list here is monophonic mode. Now, you notice every time I hit a randomization, everything moves along. So you won't see anything else in this line. It's move, two. we're in a monophonic sequence here. But if I come up here and uncheck this monophonic and then hit random, you start to get some really bonkers effects. This is where things can get utterly crazy, like this. SG, Experiment, Hugh Caldwell, welcome aboard. All right, before we get into all of these effects and individual lines here, let's talk about that down the bottom. We have a dry and wet mix. So yes, you can control what's going on. If we turn this up 100% wet, it's all going to be just effects. And if we bring this down, you'll start to hear the original drum. There's the original drum. Hey, Kristen, 50%, 60. Now you've got a nice mix. Okay, so there we go. Hey, Dynamite Throw. So now not only can you do all the randomization up here, but you can also randomize each track. If I click on this, you can see we are randomizing the tracks here. I can go in and randomize this stuff to my heart's content, keep clicking if I want. Boom, boom. Now, you'll notice, see how they have little numbers next to them, right? So this one's a 3. So that should be set to a single. Oh, it's not. No, that's not the way it works. I don't think so. So we've got our randomizer. So you can come in here and randomize individual tracks to your heart's content. Plus over here, see how we've got our slice, filter. You can actually grab these and move them around. So this is going to make a difference in your mix. Just think of like when you you're in the mix in your DAW and you move your compressor above your EQ. You're going to get different effects by moving different things around over here. So, you know, if you move your filter up the top, up here, it's going to react differently to when you play things back. Let's put the loop up the top. All right, now not only that, over here to the side for each individual track, you have this section here, and this is like a volume, so you can turn this up, turn it down, you can pull this stuff, and it's a wet mix. So if you take all of these out now, see I turn all these down, let's take them all down to 0 and play back, you're just hearing the original drums. Now why is this good? I'll tell you why this is good, because you've got all these things going on here, yeah, and you kind of go, well, I don't know what's actually doing what, and this hopefully will answer your question. So I don't think there's a direct solo. I don't think there is a direct solo in here, so there isn't that, but this is your alternative, Ed B. Metal, asking that question there. So now, at least when I hit playback, I can turn these up and hear what's going on each individual track. So we've only got this effects one on here. Let's turn that down and bring in. So all you got to do is just hold on it till the number pops up and then pull up or down to lift the volume up or down, yeah? Pretty standard stuff. Let's turn them all back up again. So there is that. That is your individual mixes, so you can hear what's going on. Can you CC into the volume controls? I don't think so. Let's take a look at the settings here. So let's into the settings. We've got CC recall look, MIDI PRG ignores tempo. So MIDI programs. So this is if you're using the MIDI programming and you're changing with your MIDI keyboard. You can make sure the mix settings stay the same or it ignores the tempo. So these are pretty much for that. Lock matrix, so nothing for volume in there. These are all for your random, these are all for the randomization. And I don't think so. Remember, this app has been around for a long time. It did recently get an update as well. I would suggest too, when you turn on, if you've got multiple devices, turn on iCloud Sync. It really does help. It really does help, because if you open it up on another iPad or remember this is only an iPad device too, it will remember your settings and anything that you have saved with your user presets that you've saved, yeah? So very, very handy. But yeah, that's about it there. You can use, so we have some mix settings here as well. So you can do a mix wet pan 2, mix dry, mix wet, mix equal, mix linear. You can use these, and we have a bypass button. But now let's get into the individual sound effects, yeah, because there's a lot of them. And obviously I'm not going to get through them all because there's fucking heaps. It is just, it's bonkers how many there are, yeah. It's super, super crazy. Let's do it. Hello, Reverend, as well. So we're at our halfway point, so guess what I need to do? Oh, yeah, baby. We need to run our ad. So every day on the show, we run an ad. So you can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber, or just skip the ad and we'll wait for you to come back. The ad has been run. And while we're waiting, of course, going to remind you that, yes, tomorrow, finally, we're taking a look at Groove Rider 2. We're going to be a super long show tomorrow, going into the ins and outs of this incredible DAW. It is really, really powerful. It's really super cool. Can't wait to dig my teeth into it with you all in one big, long show. And Ed B. Metal asks what's going on with TC and Amelia. Their mum passed away yesterday. So Thomas will be taking a bit of time off, as you would expect. But, you know, this was not something that happened unexpectedly. This is something that's been going on for a while. Many of you may know, but we're all thinking of Thomas. Of course we are, because Thomas rocks. And yes, I had a chat with him today. He's doing okay. Justine's coming on the show this week. Just a reminder, it's going to be awesome. So go set your reminders for me and Justine Kasprick. It's going to be a hell of a good rockin' time. There you go. We've covered our ads. We can get into the second half here. Leela's coming up after this with her show. I will dump you over there. Let's get into these effects, man, because there is so much to cover. We'll hit a knit, and let's move our slice up the top here. So again, you can move these things around anywhere you want. It's completely up to you. Slices. Let's start with slices. Now, you can touch any of these squares. Now, these squares will work in line with each of these pieces. Now, if I turn off the host here and hit play, nothing's being recorded in here. As soon as I turn on the host, it's actually recording notes, these pieces in here. Now, I can come into on the slices, and I can choose up to 16 slices. Let's go crazy for the first one and do 16. We'll do 8 for the next one. We'll do 10 here. And 13 maybe there. And why am I not getting anything going on? What? Did I go to bypass? No. There we go. I had it bypassed. Let's bring in a 16. I'm going to change the speed. Have I got to turn down? What am I doing wrong? Hey, there we go. So you can slice. Now, let me show you. If you choose a slice, let me just delete these. You've got a X button. So when you click on them, you've got an X button down here, which will remove them. Or you've got a dice button, which will choose a random. If I come out here and click off this and straight away come in here and choose, say, 16. And then if I drag across this, it will continue to make more of these. Right? If I want to delete these now in a group, I click on the one next to it that's empty and then drag. So really easy to add stuff. So if I click on this again and drag out, click on the blank spot and I can remove stuff. So super easy to do so. Or once again, you can just come in and individually click on the X to remove that from your project. I'm just going to make sure all these are turned up and good. So that is your slicing. You can come in here and slice up stuff as you want. Looping. You've got a whole lot of stuff in here for looping, and you should be able to see by what the pictures represent. Again, I'm not going to be able to go into every single image, but I will do my best. So you've got like a repeat half, a repeat third, a repeat 2/3. This is a quarter, a repeat 3/4, a repeat, what is this one? Repeat third, but then repeat after 2/3. So I already did the ad, Russ. Keep up. I already did it, mate. Thanks. So you can add in any of these things. And this, when we play this back, let's hear what happens here. We can come in here and add this quadruple, right? If we change the divisions, you're going to get different feels. We can come in and add 12. We can add 16. And there's even ones like this one here. I think it's the diagonal one. I think it's this one here. This is a reverse, play backwards. So if I listen for this one that comes across here, should be backwards once it gets here. Reverse there. But not only that, and again, if you want to drag these out, you can do so by coming in here, clicking this. Say I want to drag out this 12 here. I can click the space next to it and then hit the link button and it will link. And now if I drag this, I can extend the link button. So now when we play this back, let's undo that. It's going to hit this 12. Nice, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on, but you'll notice when let's just clear these out. This, again, you can come in here to init and hit loop and wipe them all out. Now you'll notice when I tap on one of these squares, you've got this U1, U2, U3, and U4. all of these lines except for the slice has these, yeah? And you'll see up the top, U1, U2, U3, U4. This is where it gets crazy because you can create and craft your own stuff. So let's click on this and show you. So you can see U1 here has, and U2, U3, U4. Now these are all looping things. And wherever there is a little drop down here, this gives you the option to manipulate and create your own stuff. So we can come in here and add these repeats, and we can change the panning. We can change the pitch. So we can make the pitch go down. We've got an amp. And again, you can come in here and change it to whatever you freaking like. Let's put in a U1. And what's really cool, while this is playing in real time, you can come in and manipulate these. So we can come in and you've got things like down here with another drop box, we can sync relative or sync absolute. We've got linear mixes, free pitches or tone. It's really, really over the top. Or you can just hit random and get a completely random thing. And you've got 4 of these. So we can come into number 2, we can hit random, 3, random, 4, random, and then start putting those into the mix here. Let's put in a 2, we'll put in a 4 over here, we'll put in a 3 over here, and now, in fact, we'll take this 1 here, and we'll add a link, and drag this out a bit. So that's only just one line. One line we're only messing about with now. We've got an envelope, filter, and 2 effects channels. What's going on, Herbs? Yeah, there's cleavage again today. It's a little bit different. Anyway, so let's clear that out of here. We'll do the loop. And the envelope has the exact same thing. Has these 4 that you can add. Or if you don't want to do so, there's a whole bunch of presets. So you can see all these different shapes you can add in here. You've got your sine waves. Here's a normal sine you can add in there. Let's just add in a bunch of random things. There we go. There's boobies. We've added boobies. And let's check out our filters. And this is where you can come in and create your own as well. So we've got our volume, panning. You can add a bit crusher. Sample rate, mix. So this is U1. Let's do a random, a random, a random. And we'll add these in. Chain it. And again, in real time, you can come in and change these up, add some more crush. Options of high, low, normal. It's so deep, my friends. So that is our envelope. We've also, let's clear the envelope. We've got filters. So you can come in here, and this is really cool. So we've got some typical filters here, like low cuts, all these low pass, high pass, band pass, all this kind of stuff. But we can add in vowels, so A's, E's, I's. There's an O, we'll put in an I over here, and we'll put in an AI, and here we'll put in a 3 AI. So when we play this back, pretty damn cool. Chain. And once again, you have the option to create your own filters, but this is a little bit different. So you notice with these top 4 here, there's a word underneath each of these. You can come in here and choose either a vowel filter or a normal filter. So we got vowel filters here with number 3, and then you can come in and change the parameters. Yeah, and it tells you if it's an A, U, E, I, O, and the vowel parameters 3. You've got vowel mixes, so you can decide which between A and B, how they're mixed, randomized, resonances. You've also got, if we use just the filter here, let's come over to this one. Of course, we have an envelope follower that you can use. You've got, so with your cutoff, I mean, it's pretty crazy. You can come in here and do a cutoff. Let's add number U. Oops. We'll clear this out. We'll add a U1 and a U3 and a U1. You can go absolutely apeshit building your own kind of stuff. Resonance, yeah, you've got everything. Step resonator, yeah, bring this up to whatever you want. Your cutoff, it's bonkers. Or you can just go in and randomize all this stuff. Completely up to you. If you want to randomize, we'll randomize number 2. In fact, we'll come over here. What time we got? We got enough time. We'll put in number 2 here. We'll put in number 4 here. Or you can just put in a random, put in a dice if you want as well. You get the idea. Let's clear this out and get into the effects. And the effects are just crazy. So here in our effects, I'll explain the pictures we have here. So we have, firstly, this is a reverb. So you've got 5 different reverbs. You can just add these in as you want, different reverbs. Underneath, we've got vinyl scratches. So here you can see 5 different kind of vinyl scratches. We'll put in a couple of those. Underneath this one, we have time stretching. So you can stretch this out to a half. You've got a freeze. We've got... can't remember what that one is. Let's play back and see what's going on. And there's even a phaser. This is a phaser here. But if you don't like those, let's just go down to, we'll leave these effects in here. You can come down again and press on the little cog. And when you click under here, look at all these effects. Delay, reverb, distortion, grain. It's like a tonalizer, a phaser, vinyl, chaos synth. Let's throw a chaos synth in here. And you can choose an actual note. So you can choose your notes, note offsets, bit of modulation, some pulse width. Let's come into number 2 here. What else have we got? So there's 2 reverbs. There's a ring modulator. We've got a second reverb for this one here. And for this one, we'll throw in like a tonalizer. And let's throw them into the mix and see what we get just by doing in between. We'll put a 1, we'll put a 2 here, we'll put a 3, 4, 4, and a 1. And now these are all in between. What are we going to get? Pretty bonkers stuff. You've got total control over all this. You can copy stuff. So if you like this ring modulator section, you can copy this and then come over here to number 4 and paste that in. Or you might want to, so you can copy, paste, you can reset back to beginning if you want to do that. You can create a brand new dice. Everything is completely within your power. And yeah, it's fantastic. The customization is just bonkers. The only limit is your imagination. Plus, you can just use it as an effect. You don't have to do all this. You could just throw on a reverb. The reverb in here is wicked. There's 2 reverbs. And there's even, like, what do we see in here? It's I think there was a delay as well. Or am I going? Yeah, the delay up the top. So you got a delay. There it is. So your left and right delay. And you can sync these as well. Free, sync. You got feedback. You can add pitch. Crazy stuff. Let's do some randomization here. Hey, thank you, Kristen. That's very kind of you. So remember, you can use these also on, of course, other sounds. And we've been focusing on the sounds here just with the drums today. But let's quickly, we got 6 minutes, so let's quickly throw some things, go through some, because there's plenty of presets. So we'll just add this on here, Looperator MIDI, and let's throw on a preset. And what's good about this is, so we've got some sounds here. We'll choose harmonic, and let's see what it does. Reverses. So we're in a C minor here, so let's add something like a scalar quickly. And we'll choose like a C minor pattern in here and send this out to just something simple, like a piano even. Let's go to our scales, C minor. We'll just throw 2 back and forward. We'll put a loop on that. And we'll just throw in a piano. And we'll try using some of the, all right, cool. Let's throw some stutters. So remember, chords are going to be great for this stuff as well too. You've got tape stops. I didn't even cover tape stops, yeah? I mean, there's so much. Let's throw in another scaler here, but we'll take out this output. From here, we'll change this to some bass notes. So I'm going to hit perform. Scaler 3's coming again, folks. It's getting very exciting. And we'll go to bass lines. Choose like a pop bass 1. Keep it simple. Let's throw in a bass. Mariana or something here. Mariana, boom. We'll send this out to our bass, solo it. Let's see what's going on. Let's make that bass a bit higher. All right, let's Looperator it. Nice. So the other thing to remember, quickly, can I do it? I don't think I'm prepared. That sucks. Where is the cable? You dickhead. Dickhead doesn't have the cable prepared because I'm a dickhead. And I had a show on the... Oh, there it is. It's over here. We can do it quickly. So I'm just going to stick this in here. We've got a minute. Before we have to go over to Leela, I'll bounce you over to Leela in just a sec. We're going to grab this microphone here, plug this in. I'm going to quickly attach a mic. That's hardware input number 1. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Okay, let's add Looperator in here and check out this shit, man. Yeah. You can add it to your voice, and in real time, it will pick up your voice. Guitar, anything that you want to input, it will pick up. So there you go. All right. Now, you know, you can do that as well. So, look, it's an incredibly powerful app. It's an oldie but a goodie. If you've overlooked it, you might want to check it out. It's super, super rad. It's free to download. You can mess about with it in the standalone version. Then $24.99 will unlock the full version available on the App Store. Also $129 if you want to get it on your desktop as well. Leela's up next. I'm going to dump you over there straight to her show right now. Tomorrow we have the Groove Rider 2 show, plus there'll be a couple of videos drop today, I promise. All that stuff. Let's remember, do the things that make you happy. If you're a Patreon too, I've got a couple of copies to give away. Anyway, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together, and tits.